Good morning, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I am Aaron Phillips. That is Neil Portnoy. Contrary to the banner behind us, we are sitting opposite just to make our brains every Saturday morning. That is correct.
You just messed with mine. You usually open up, I'm Neil Portnoy, and that's it. No.
No. Well, I think we have such an esteemed guest with us today that I thought I would try to play it as straight up as I possibly. Look, with our guest, I even have long pants on today. Usually I have nothing on under the table.
You usually wear a hat.
And I wear a hat.
Right.
No, you've got me out of the hat. But last week, I told you, it was my daughter's birthdays, and I had a little bit of both of them with me last week. But you notice, no hat this week again.
I noticed the glare. I don't know about the hat.
And somebody took a picture of us with Jonathan before, and she noted how glaring our pictures are because of our heads. But what these folks don't know is we're actually rejects from Blue Man Group. We tried out, right?
Jew-Man Group.
Jew-Man Group. That's right. Israeli-colored Jew-Man Group.
Right.
All right. So, there we go. There's a notification. And now I'm going to share it. So I'm going to do the watch party. And there we go. So everybody can join in and watch us. There we go. So the watch party has officially started. By the way, a little something different this week. We are coming live off of Neil Portnoy's page. We wanted to try a little different Facebook page and not the Aaron Phillips page, which is fine. So I'm actually watching the watch live thing.
No, you can watch them both.
And then I got only 2 eyes. How much for
4 eyes? Look, 4.
Didn't take you for long to go there, did it?
Not at all.
Welcome to everybody in the chat room. I see our chat room's already blowing up, which is great. I can't see everybody that's there. Hopefully the names will pop up here on Neil's phone. Hi, Paula. Paula's watching. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to reshare this direct to your wall so that all of your friends can watch our show. And Jonathan, if you miss it live, have no fear, because our podcast links will be up within 48 hours of today's show. This way, there you go. Now a little glare there. We need Vanna White up here.
Glare in my forehead or on the?
No, it was on the cover. There we go. Tilt it down just a little bit. There you go. All right, that'll have to work. So we're holding up Jonathan Karrant's live CD, and is that the same CD?
Nope, different one. This one's On and On.
On and On. Wasn't there a song called On and On? We'll just keep on smiling. Right?
Keep your day job.
I know, right? Exactly. Everybody asked me, what did I do with the singing lessons money my parents gave me? And I said, I bought baseball cards. That's why I can't sing. Hello, everybody out there. Roman. Good job. Roman's out there. My friend, how you doing? We'll see him tomorrow at the event. He's one of my models. He's one of my Aaron's Angels for tomorrow's JCC event.
I was not asked to be a model this time.
Would you have worn a suit if I asked you to model and walk the runway and everything?
No.
See, that's why I didn't ask you. No. See, I knew that. I definitely knew that.
I don't wear ties.
I could have given you a bow tie.
Me and Ted Williams, we wear those things that hang down with the two.
Yeah, what are they? Boleros, something?
I don't know.
You get Derek hanging around your neck, a bolero.
That would be a thought.
Yeah, a heck of a walk. Anyway,
never mind.
Welcome again. This is the August 17th. You realize Labor Day is like 2 weeks away? The unofficial end of summer. I've been in my pool twice this year. That's all.
I've been in my pool twice.
In one day?
No, all year. Dorothy,
really?
And every day.
I know. I see Dorothy. She's loving the backyard.
Every day she goes in the pool.
Why aren't you going in? It should be good for your knees.
It's wet.
Yeah. What do you take, a dry shower?
No.
So why is that any different than the pool water?
I don't know. I'll research it. I'll Google it today.
Okay.
Right?
So
Google
I've got a couple of topics, as always, to get things started before we bring Jonathan up. Yesterday, of course, this made big news here in Vegas and all across social media. 42 years ago, the King was found dead of a heart attack. Elvis Presley.
42 years old.
And he was 42. He'd have been 84.
Right.
Yeah, in January.
We tend to forget he was 42 years old.
Right, which is relatively young, though. But the way his life was eating and everything else and all the other issues he had.
Somebody told me he's still alive.
You see him all over the strip, many different forms.
Well, I know. Big Elvis, and then you get Steve
Fat
Conway,
Elvis. You got them all.
Everybody.
That's right. Get you a pair of sunglasses with the little payas hanging from the glasses. You look like Elvis.
No, not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Little sideburns hanging. We'll make it Neil Presley. Still be the same initials, though. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Chadwick is watching. Please reshare to your walls, please.
His middle name is Aaron.
I know that.
My son's name is Aaron.
So is my name.
That's as close as I'm getting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you got that twice, because that's my first name. Theoretically, legally, it's my middle name, but it's my first name. If that's not confusing enough, I hope you have a scorecard for all of this.
What inning are we in?
I don't know. We're still in the batter's circle right now. So anyway, he 42 years ago yesterday, also passing yesterday, Peter Fonda. Age 79, passed away from his lung cancer. He battled that a long time, didn't he?
He did, and his sister got on, was in the news today. You know, he was the little brother, I guess. He was the little brother.
Yeah. So how old is Jane Fonda then?
She looks great.
If he was 79, is she really 80 and above?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She looks great. It's amazing
Crazy.
what money can do.
That's true. Hey, good news in the news. I'm sure, I don't know, I saw this. Because of the very wet winter, Lake Mead actually, from January predictions, actually went up 15 feet higher than they projected at the beginning of the year. So water coming down to Colorado. We want to thank Colorado, and everybody that dumps snow into the Colorado River has helped us. So yeah, we are now just under 1,090 feet above sea level.
The average or the low.
No, that's where we are right now. Our current sea level is 1090 right now, based on where everything is. Still a really thick white line around all the rocks.
Are they still using the dam thing? I mean, the Hoover Dam?
I would hope so, other than just people walking around on it.
I went down for the first time.
Yeah.
I went down and saw it.
Did you? So would you walk up top on it? 'Cause I don't think they do the tours downstairs anymore.
Yeah, they did. We went into the generator room thing, but behind the glass.
Oh,
I wasn't going that bridge because I don't like heights.
Okay.
And there was no way. And even when you look over at the dam, I did one of these and held on from about 4 feet back.
Right.
Pretty impressive.
Did you when you went downstairs by the turbines? Did you stand on the Arizona-Nevada state line that they have marked there?
But I saw the 2 clocks.
For each.
Yeah, they give you the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it back here in the 90s, I came out for a convention. We went there, and I took my camera. I had 1 foot in Arizona, 1 foot in Nevada, and I took a picture of my feet. My wife didn't know what the heck I was doing. She just saw me take a picture of the ground. So I waited until the pictures were developed. Remember those days? Turn your rolls of film in, right? Yeah. And I got the picture, and I started laughing. She says, "What are you laughing at?" And I just held up the picture, and she goes, "That's what you were taking a picture of?"
She had no idea what you were doing.
That's what it was. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. What else? Baseball.
Little League World Series.
Little League World Series. Yeah. Did you see that news about the great show of sportsmanship between Virginia and Rhode Island this week?
Kid hit a home run, rounded the bases.
Yep.
And as he was rounding third base, the pitcher came over and high-fived him with his glove.
Absolutely. Rhode Island pitcher Alex Anderson was threw a pitch to the Virginia batter. His name was Brady Yates, and 5th inning. Yeah, I mean, it was all over the news and social media because what a sign of sportsmanship. And I'm throwing you a softball. I'm throwing you a fastball right down the middle. I already know the answer, but I want to get your perspective on it. Do you think we'd ever see anything like that in Major League Baseball?
No.
Why not?
You see it at second base a lot.
Yeah, when they're right.
Because these guys know everybody. They grew up AAU baseball. They played college ball together. It happened in the, I want to say the Cleveland Yankees game.
What happened there that I missed? You talking about the 19-5 game the other night?
Yes. Lindor, all right, made a diving play heading towards center field, moving to his left on a childhood buddy. Robbed them of a base hit.
Okay.
And the next 3 innings or whatever, the guy got a double, got to second base, and you could see them going.
That's okay, but that's not as visually seen as this straight out sportsmanship unless a milestone home run or milestone hit is done.
This is what you get. 3-0 pitch in that 19-4 game, 19-5 game that Cleveland killed the Yankees.
But they won yesterday. The Yankees did. They're winning today again.
I'm a Red Sox fan. We do this all the time.
Which can anybody tell back here?
Yeah, not at all. But what happened was in the blowout, there's a unwritten rule. 3-0 pitch in a blowout, you don't swing at it. And the Cleveland hitter swung at it and got a base hit. The next batter up, what do you think happened?
Hits a home run.
No, he got plunked by the pitcher.
Oh, that's right.
That's the sportsmanship you see at the major league level.
Yeah, I mean, it's the unwritten rules that in the MLB level, like you said, are the ones that are set. Now, look, someone hits a 500th home run, a 600th home run, and I see, Derek Jeter gets hit 3,000 as the home run. David Price was not happy that day when he was pitching.
Correct.
But the team, as he was rounding the bases, they were applauding in their glove. They were tipping the cap to him. I like that, but it's only on milestone stuff.
And it should be.
So we kind of see
competition.
But we kind of see it then.
What else we got?
That's it. As far as 2 things. Tomorrow I mentioned it, the JCC showcase from 1 to 5 at Emeralds of Queens Ridge, free admission. If you're planning a party, whatever it is, come on down. We have 30 plus vendors that'll be showing their wares, including getting stage time, and yours truly will be emceeing that event. And I want to thank Friar Tux. I'll give them a plug. They're actually outfitting me with 2 tuxedos, 2 suits that they have. We were talking about this for it in the air. Yeah. You go into these shops now, it's not about tuxedos anymore. It's high-end suits.
And they're renting them for $200+?
Well, a little under, but yeah, you're renting them. So I want everybody to economically do the math about renting a suit for a suit that's under $200 versus, well, I don't want to say it because it ruined one of my sponsors tomorrow. I want them to get mad at me. But I mean,
I'll say it because I'm not part of the show.
Go ahead.
You can literally go out and buy a beautiful $200 suit, buy a $200 suit, or much less, never mind renting it for a few hours for $200.
La 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 la. I didn't hear that. We're gonna break.
Yes,
we're gonna break for commercial.
We're gonna break for commercial. We'll be back in 15.
Yeah, exactly. Send your comments too. And then the only other thing that if people read my Facebook page this Thursday, my right shoulder, I have a torn rotator cuff and a partial tear in my labrum, so I'm having arthroscopic surgery on my right arm on Thursday.
Right shoulder.
Well, shoulder, arm, yeah, right up in this area. So I was telling you before we went on the air, I was having a little fun. I'm dominant right-handed. Okay, I do everything right-handed. So try doing all your daily living with your opposite hand that doesn't know anything. Brush your teeth, how to, comb your hair. Well, in my case, shave my head. How do you get into the
car and put the seatbelt on?
Oh my God. It took me 15 extra minutes purposely. I tried to get in with my hand across my chest, pretending. It took me 15 minutes to properly get in my car as if my right arm is not available. Because you forget, you reach in, I grab the top of the steering wheel to help myself stable and get in. I can't do that. Seatbelt, crossing across your chest. You can't do that. So yes,
how about as we do, shaving your head?
Yes. I don't know.
It's tough with left hand. I can't do it left hand.
Well, you showed me some, and you showed me something about arm angle, which is from your pitching days, and you dealing with rotator issues all the time. And I'm going to have to try that because I can't go.
It'll make a difference.
I can't go minimum of 2 weeks without shaving my head or face, unless I have someone come to the house to give me a straight edge.
I'm not doing it.
No, I wouldn't want you to do it.
No.
And Eileen has never really taken a sharp object to my head all that often. She used to. She actually gave me the first shave after I had it buzzed down to 0 when I started this look years ago.
Yeah. How many years ago?
Let's see. I would say probably close to 15 years now.
Yeah, same thing for me. About 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The end result, I had the few comb over strands.
I had better hair than Jonathan. I did way back when.
Well, I did too. I mean, I had feathered down the middle and the whole John Travolta.
I'm going to ask him what his secret is. Okay. He's got great hair.
I know. He looks like Clark Kent. People will see. He looks like great. What do you say? Gregory Peck, Clark Kent. Who's the other one? Who's the third person we came up with? You came up with 3 before.
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. That's it.
Yeah, Dean Martin.
Yeah, a little young. Yeah, so everybody will judge.
I think
he's sitting off to my left. Everybody's wondering why I'm turning and looking this way.
I think he should do a new song.
A new song?
Yeah, it's going to call Curl to the Left, Curl to the Right.
Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight?
No. Just look at his hair. Curl to the left, curl to the right.
I know that. I mean,
Jonathan Karrant.
That's perfect. Absolutely.
On iTunes.
Available now for $1.99. Right. All right. I think that did you have anything you wanted to bring up from the news this week?
No, weather in Vegas has been very hot this week.
Yeah, it's heated back up.
We're hitting to 110, 112, 115. I think Dorothy got into her car the other day. It was 124. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, have you seen the videos of people putting cookie sheets on their dashboard of cookie dough and actually baking the cookies right off their dashboard? Not only because of the heat, but of course the sun reflecting through the glass just lights it up.
But also, it's raining on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Again.
A lot of humidity.
Rain.
A lot of humidity.
We don't have that.
No. What is that?
It's I don't know. It's better than the white stuff that came down.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. All right. Let me, I'm just responding to the watch party.
Now you're doing what I usually do. See, I told you it's a pain because
I usually do it on the other chat. You got me watching the chat room, the watch party.
Man, you are multitasking very well, but send a wave to this one, send a wave to that one.
Well, that's why I just say hi all. I just try to blanket it now.
Ooh, good.
Every once in a while, if I can see people's names come up on my laptop, which I can't see worth a nickel.
We have a studio audience.
Yes, we do. We have a do. Let them hear you, folks. You can clap and applaud. Let them know you're here. There we go. Yeah, see, we're not just talking to ourselves like we normally do on a Saturday.
Hey, let's bring Jonathan up.
All right.
We got a lot to go over here with him.
Allow me to read the 20-page bio introduction he sent me to read, so this may take a few minutes. Yeah. All right, and I actually practiced it. I got to be in good voice because I may be
You may be announcing him on
I may be
stage.
auditioning something for him right here. Anyway, Jonathan Karrant's album On and On hit number 4 in the Billboard Jazz charts, and his album Live hit number 2 on the iTunes Jazz charts. He has received honors throughout the states, including the New York City Cabaret Honors, Best Singer for the Bravo California Awards, and was named one of the top 12 rising jazz vocalists by Downbeat. Quote, a voice romantic without being cloying, warm but not forced. Jonathan carries songs with an emotional weight that reaches your soul. At the same time, he can swing with the kind of jazz suave that was patented by Mel Torme. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Jonathan Karrant. Woo! Come on around if you can get over all those wires and stuff. Your mic is hot, so you can jump in there.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy. Normally we have to give folks how to talk into a microphone, but is that it?
That's it.
That's it? Right on. We've been waiting for a special box to come in for a week, and it comes in live on the air.
Perfect
All
timing.
week. Anyway, usually we have to give instructions on how to tell people talking to the microphone, but we can skip that with you.
Yeah, I think I know. A
Little bit.
I know my way around a
A
microphone.
little bit of microphone. Well, welcome to Twin Brothers.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys.
So I want all of our viewers out there, Jonathan, if you look straight into the camera, tell me that's not like the Clark Kent, Gregory Peck kind of look.
Why are you back 2 feet? Pull in so
Yeah,
we can.
slide on in there.
okay.
We actually brought out the good
There we
chairs
go.
for you
don't
today.
want to look much smaller than you guys.
Yeah, and that's really scaring me right now.
Actually, we should be. Actually, I'm very happy you're here because this week he broke out the good chairs. Usually we're sitting on metal folding chairs like our audience is, but he
Oh.
brought out the big leather armchairs for
I
you.
brought in the good ones. Yeah.
Wow, I'm honored.
These are comfy.
Hey, I gotta before we get into this. A lot of people out there know Dorothy and I have been in Vegas 3.5 years. We've kind of intertwined into the entertainment community, made friends with this multi-talented performer. Have seen him numerous times. The first time I ever saw him, I went, man, that is an old soul in a young person. And I remember asking you the question, the songs that you're singing from in the jazz genre are the old classic jazz performers. How does a guy your age fall in love with doing this? And I asked you, how did you get into this? In your reply, and I'll never forget it, was, it found me.
Yeah, it really did.
Elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, I mean, my parents listened to a lot of Motown and even classical because my mother was a ballerina. And so she would also listen to show tunes. And then my grandparents listened to some Sinatra and things like that. But as soon as I got turned on to the standards, I really started digging deeper all the time and finding more and more, and starting out with all the typical really well-known standards, and then really digging into a lot of obscure songs that are just.
Well, what's your background on this? I mean, how did you get? You've been singing for how long?
Well, I mean, I had my first solo at church when I think I was like 6 years old. It was In the Bleak Midwinter. Do you know that song?
No, again, no. But originally from where?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and raised, Fort Smith.
Look what just came in.
Hell on the Border. Oh, those are cool.
I'll let you demo it.
Look, everybody, we have our twin brothers from different mothers.
Our very first.
Our very first.
That's right. Look at
Mugs
that.
are
And
in.
on the back is our Facebook page,
Ah,
so you
pretty
can
cool.
never forget us.
Very nice.
Look at that.
This is these are truly hot off the presses.
Really?
Gosh.
Yeah, they're still warm.
Yeah, they're still warm.
Wow.
But go further. So from Arkansas, church singing at age 6, the lineage of grandparents and parents and people that got you kind of psyched and interested in. How did you get to Vegas? I mean, how'd you get here?
Well, my parents and grandparents were very encouraging of it growing up, and I did a lot of theater and some commercial work and things like that. And I was accepted to an acting school in New York, where I moved like 5 days after graduating
At what
high
age?
school.
At high school, okay.
Yeah, I was still 17 when I moved. And it wasn't a culture shock for me at all. I think I jumped in loving New York. I still love New York. And I studied there. Then I ended up getting work at the Metropolitan Opera House that summer. My mother, like I said, was a ballerina. I was never a dancer, but I would sit in when they needed a man for their recitals,
I think you should work that into the act. That would be something.
So I ended up getting work with the American Ballet Theater, and then later going back to do operas with the Metropolitan Opera.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I remember reading your bio online. Give your website, jonathankarrant.com.
Yes.
Very simple.
Karrant.
Jonathan, there's 2 R's in Karrant. You actually, there was something written in your bio about when you were age 8, that there was just music playing, and your mom noticed that when you started hearing it, your eyes were closed as you were just kind of sinking into the music. I mean, you obviously had a love of music. He's looking at like I just made that up. I
No,
want you to know
you'd
that.
have to ask my mom about
Oh,
that.
okay. So whoever wrote your bio may have just lied to me. But
No.
but you obviously, but the way you perform, though, obviously you had to have started at a young age, that you just kind of fell into it because obviously you have family that entertained, and that music was just there. I mean, that had to have grown in your soul.
Yeah. My uncle had a jazz band, more of a big band. So I would, yeah, and music was always around. Yeah, definitely. And art and theater and dance. So there was always something around that was helping to stir my creative juices, I guess.
Right on.
So the New York thing, I mean, you know New York, you knew New York at a very early age. How did you get here? What happened with Vegas?
Well, I moved to California actually, I moved here first. A college professor told me that I should be in Vegas. Well, when I got here, it was kind of during that recession.
2008-ish?
Yeah. Once I built a railroad. Yeah, the recession, not the
Right.
depression. But so I wasn't really digging it at the time. And I had visited California and loved it, although I never thought I'd live in California. Anyway, I moved to San Diego, and they had a great live music scene there, and they still do. Gilbert Castellanos is kind of like the godfather of jazz in San Diego. And so I loved it and started playing more and more in California, and then still came back here from time to time.
It's all about building relationships. Can you name anybody? I mean, you're coming from the East Coast, as Dorothy and I and Aaron have done. You're moving to a place that you really don't know people, but you got to get into that vein of, all right, who do I need to know here? How'd that happen?
Here in Vegas?
Here in Vegas.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just kept putting myself in places where the live music was happening.
Where's the first place you performed?
The
here in
first
Vegas?
place I performed here was probably a Greek restaurant called Teddy's.
What a surprise!
Yeah. And then after that, Chianti Cafe, which was up in Summerlin. And then I moved. And when I came back, the first place was the Italian American Club.
Okay, so how did you get to the IAC? Who'd you know? You just don't go to the Italian American Club and say, "Hey,
I'm
I'd
here
like to sing."
I'm here.
I think I went in on, I don't know who was there the first night I went. Could have been Carmine.
Carmine,
And I got up, I sang, and then Benny said, "When are you going to do a night here?" And hey, bada bing, and but you know,
Oh, yeah.
that's how
I'm
it
making an
works.
offer you can't refuse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, and now, even still, I love going back there and doing that Sinatra
The
room.
Sinatra
You
room.
guys came the
You
last time I was
you
there.
are brilliant in that Sinatra room. It's a room made for you.
Yeah, there's not a lot of spaces that have that New York kind of cabaret jazz feel like
Sure.
that. And what I've noticed in Vegas, you know, I guess during the recession, all those smaller rooms seemed to go away. And it seems like more and more people are gravitating toward a room that's not quite that small, but let's say, you know, 500 and less, rather than trying to fill these huge, you know.
You can't listen and I've said this on our show before. When Caesars and MGM Properties, who run Las Vegas Entertainment, they do, started getting different, you know, 600, 800, 1,200 seat arenas and expecting these performers to fill it. When they didn't fill it, they brought the magicians in, they brought the comedians in.
Yeah, and
they
the Cirque shows.
Right, the Cirque
Yeah.
shows. So Mark Chinook came up with, you know, who was in Rock of Ages on the Strip. Mark came up with the space, gave back.
Where's the space?
It's really hard to, it's not hard to find if you know where you're going. I don't know what the street is.
What's the name of the space?
It's called the Space.
Who's on first? I was trying to catch him.
It's only- yeah.
Never mind.
but Mark, being a former performer and still a performer, was kind of tuned into what the performers here in Vegas needed, got involved with a lot of the charities, started having the entertainers come in, promoting, and again, it starts to snowball. You've got the Sterling Club, which has come back now. That's a venue that's not a large venue. You've got a lot of these, like the libraries.
Yeah, the libraries here do amazing.
They do.
Yeah, the one in East
amazing job.
Flamingo has that main auditorium that holds what, 500 people.
Yeah, well, most of them do.
Right.
Most of them do. And listen, if I had $30 million, I would build small venues, because the talent in this town is unlike any talent you will see anywhere in the world. There just aren't enough rooms for the talent to play in.
Well, the Cabaret Jazz is a great room.
Great
too.
room. Yep.
And it's great that that's allowed Vegas to have some of these acts from New York, or these jazz acts or cabaret acts that wouldn't necessarily have stopped here before.
Correct.
So it's great that there's a space or a room for them now.
And the big agencies, you get the best agency here. You got Jackie Basco. You've got a lot of the smaller agencies that back 10, 15 years ago would book all of these rooms. Now, because those rooms closed, they still had to make a living. They went in different directions and started booking nationally. The one thing that Dorothy and I have noticed here in Las Vegas is, again, the entertainers live here, but they don't always play here because of no state income tax and the wonderful weather and the accessibility to the other areas of the country coming from Vegas. Like I'll give you, for instance, John Acosta, brilliant performer with Bee Gees Gold, great singer. They're all over the world. They very rarely play in Vegas, yet he lives here.
Yeah, Santana, same
thing. It's a great place to live, raise a family. If they can get a better school system and better medical care, I'm all in. But I'm old, so I don't care about either one of those anymore.
Well, the medical care you might care about.
Oh my God! I'll take that.
Send your comments to Neil at
idrawpeople.com. Yeah, but as far as medical care, you know what? If I have a major issue, I'm going to California. I'll go back to Boston or New York.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have somebody do it here.
You're listening to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers coming across Facebook Live. I'm Aaron Phillips, Neil Portnoy, all the way to my right, but the man sitting in the middle is the incomparable Jonathan Karrant, who performs not only here in Vegas, but all over the country, and it's a pleasure to have him joining us today. It's just what's called a reset in the industry.
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
Jonathan,
he was looking at me
what
like,
the hell is he doing?
Right,
No,
exactly.
I knew exactly.
Because I'll tell you what, the chat room is blowing up. People are saying hello to you through the chat room. I'm getting messages, so I just wanted to update because we're getting a lot of new people. Not that people watching don't know who you are.
Hey, you got a new album coming out.
They're CDs. They're not albums anymore.
I'm old.
You're showing your age.
No, actually, I call them an album now.
Thank you.
Because most people don't even collect CDs anymore.
I
My
know,
car
that's
doesn't
true.
have a CD player.
It doesn't?
I don't
No.
either. I don't have one of mine either.
But I
Oh.
still
So-
buy them because I like to sometimes have something to take away from an evening. I buy them. I don't buy them in a store, but if I go see somebody live,
Sure.
it's kind of nice to be able to look back at that and have it as a memory.
So tell me what's in the future. I mean, tell us where you're performing.
Where's your next performance coming?
All right. Well, my next one
I gotcha.
is this Wednesday, August 21st, at the Red Rock Casino here in Vegas,
Mhm.
and it's actually my 2 years there performing.
Wow.
Celebration.
Right
event.
on. Congrats.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have Nikki Scalera and Chadwick Johnson joining me for.
Nikki's
Some
back from Italy.
Yes, she is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and we've got some duets and some fun things planned for you. And you're talking about smaller rooms. That room, even though it's called the Rocks Lounge at Red Rock, it really feels more like a showroom, a small
Nice stage
showroom.
for you to work on.
Yeah, it
isn't
is.
Yeah, nice
And I
stage.
mean, when I did my album release there, I think we had around 200 people, 300 people in there. And so it can hold that, or it can hold, 50 people. So
People want to buy the CD/album. How do they get it? Tell us how they can reach out.
well,
and
you can
enjoy your
download
music.
me, yeah, and I'm very downloadable.
You're very downloadable. Thank you.
That's a topic for another show, ladies and gentlemen. Join us after hours, after
Yeah.
midnight here, when the adult section comes on.
But you can download me on iTunes or Amazon or any of those places that you download music. You can also buy physical CDs online, I think on Amazon and CD Baby. So
Why don't you hold up the other CD
Or you
since
can
you
come
showed
see-
the one?
you can come see me live. and then I'll have them with me.
We have a question from the studio audience. Where can we listen to you on the radio? I'm repeating it.
Whatever you stream on. I'm on all of them. Pandora, Spotify. Oh, just my name, Jonathan Karrant. Yeah.
Now, is Karrant? I've heard them both.
Yeah.
You prefer Karrant?
I don't know. I don't really care. Well, I'm from Arkansas, so there everybody says, "Hey, Jonathan Karrant."
That's also the East Coast accent.
Yeah,
That's East Coast
when you
version.
go to New York, it's Karrant. When you look at the name Karrantulius, I guess if you chop.
Say that again.
Karrantulius.
As he would say, "Can I buy a vowel, please?"
How many?
Is that short for Millie?
Millie or Nellie?
Or Nellie, right?
Oh, Nellie. No,
Keith
but
Jackson. Very good. That was very good.
was that?
Keith Jackson.
Football announcer Keith
broadcaster.
Jackson used to go, "Whoa, Nelly!"
That's
All
right.
right.
Yeah, that was his favorite line. A little tidbit.
We digress.
There was a
Obviously,
video game I played as a kid called Earthworm Jim, and he said "Whoa, Nelly" a lot.
okay.
What
Yeah.
the heck? What is
Super
it?
I think we
Nintendo.
just showed our
Oh,
age
Super
differences. Is
Nintendo.
it
Yeah.
just me, or am I right? I mean,
No, the whole studio audience looked at Jonathan. Like, we don't know what you're talking. What video game?
we just all showed our age
That's right,
differential
that's
sitting up
right.
here right now. So
Yeah.
So you've got the show coming up at Red Rock,
Yes,
and that's going to be a 2-year anniversary show
That's
with
right.
special guests,
yes.
which will be tremendous.
It'll be a fun. It's always a fun night.
It's always a fun night. Dorothy and I have gone, as well as Aaron and Eileen have gone to see you there. It's a great venue. Get there early.
oh yes,
If you want to sit down, get there early, especially it being 2-year anniversary. The place will be packed.
Yep.
You'll put on a great show. Aaron's going to go backstage and go, ladies and
ladies
gentlemen,
and gentlemen, now to the stage. Let us welcome to the stage the
And I'm-
award-winning.
I'm there every the third Wednesday of each month. I'm at Red Rock.
Perfect. And you're also down at Tuscany
Yeah, on
on
Thursday
Thursday
nights.
nights.
Yeah, that's a fun, cozy room too.
Yep. And a different show, a different vibe because
It's more of a hang.
you're more relaxed there. I personally, and it's just my opinion, I love when you have the whole band
Right.
and you're on a big stage.
Well, and it's more of a show.
and-
It's more of a.
Yeah, and I hope because of our previous conversation here on the show is that we're going to see a few new dance steps because you brought that up.
New choreograph.
Dig it.
By the way, I want to just share some of the comments that are actually floating into the chat room now because I think there are some couple of comments obviously directed to you. Paula agrees they need to go back to the days with the lounge acts. Also, I agree, Neil, the best talent is in Vegas. Veronica McGowan, great job, Jonathan. Your marvelous personality, just glowing as always. And there was another one that I saw up here that I want to mention as I'm stalling to find it. All right, I can't find it right now.
Does anybody out there have any questions?
Yeah, feel free to shoot questions into the chat room.
Oh, you've got one right here.
Joyce always has questions.
The question
Of course I will.
from the audience was if you autograph your CDs at Red Rock. I'm just sharing it for those who are watching.
But stay,
Yeah, of course I
stay
will. I'll
tuned.
sign them to you and everything.
Yep, stay tuned for the new merchandising that will be coming out
Oh, yeah,
sometime
that's
in the
right.
future between the two of us in collaboration. So you will have something to wear to support Jonathan. And
That'll be organic cotton.
of
Don't worry.
course, of course.
None of that sharp cotton on your skin. You don't want splinters.
No splinters. No splinters.
So talk about you. I'm holding these two CD/.
Well, hold the other one up. You held the first one up, but you didn't show the second
Oh,
one
second
with his
one.
just face. No, put that one down. That's the one that
Yeah,
you
so
did.
that one was
There you go.
recorded in LA. And you're right, On and On was a Stephen Bishop
Thank
song.
you. I couldn't come up with.
And it's
Who
got
was?
some really great musicians on it, some really great songs. I still get a lot of requests for doodling and drinking again.
Okay.
Um,
What's your inspiration for music? For write? These are all original, yes.
no, these are standards.
Those are
Yeah.
all standards.
Mhm.
But do you write your own?
I have a couple. I don't really take it to stage. I need to.
Why? Why?
Well,
They're just shower material, apparently.
I guess
Why not?
maybe I like to hide behind the
You do,
other,
but why not? Why,
other
you know what?
writers.
You know what? Why not try it? Why not
Yeah,
try
I might
something
put them
different?
out there. Yeah, I got
because a very good friend of ours, Chadwick, he does a lot of cover stuff, but when he does his own, like Gone, and
Oh
the,
yeah,
the Inferno,
that's my favorite one.
that's
of
my
his.
favorite one as well. I looked at him after one show and I said, why aren't you doing more of your stuff? It's great. I can really see the same thing with you because you're a brilliant song person. I have no other word. Songster?
Singer,
Singer,
performer,
performer,
songster.
entertainer.
a very, very unique.
That sounds like a different kind of
I don't-
style.
Yeah, this
Songster.
Songster. He's a
What?
good songster.
what, Dorothy? Yeah, yeah.
Can I just share my observation? I've
Sure.
only said this about one other individual about the way he performs, and it's also a singer. And what I noticed when I saw you at Red Rock, where the room has 10,000 people or one person in it watching you, your performance doesn't change. You play to the room as if one person or 10,000, but you deliver the lyrics in such a way that you make sure the message of that song comes out. And whether one person gets the message or all 10,000, it doesn't matter to you. You deliver that song with the message that's intended. And I think that's a special skill of a performer rather than just going up there and singing the lyrics for the song's sake. But you deliver the lyrics in a way that you get the message of what that song's about, in my opinion.
No, I really try to focus on that. I try to take you with me wherever
Right.
the song is going.
Right.
Lyrics are so, I mean, and especially with the kind of work that I perform, this is America's poetry. I mean, it really is. And it's really important for me to try to take you with me and get the feeling and the emotion across.
And the audience does feel it.
Oh, absolutely.
The audience does feel it. The one thing that to me is very unique, and you can tell me how you'd answer this. What I notice is, a lot of the singers and a lot of the genres, breathing is important to get.
I think breathing would be important to everybody.
But but the certain notes that you got to hit, you got to get that breath in. Jazz is different. I watch sometimes when he performs, Aaron, and he'll neck will go back. You can see the breathing.
Getting ready for that note.
Getting ready for that note or those number of notes in the phrasing of that melody that you're going to sing.
Right.
Because you go up, you go down, your voice, the range of your voice is brilliant. But the way you tell the story in the songs that you sing, how does the breathing factor in?
Well,
what do you think about it?
Yeah, breathing is essential, and where you're going to breathe is also essential. I don't think about it anymore. If I'm in the studio, I might make a note on the page of where to breathe.
Sure.
But it just comes naturally now. And sometimes I didn't breathe in the right spot, and I didn't hold that note maybe quite as long as I wanted to. But that's reality, and
Sure.
And I don't really care. But in jazz, you're all about what's in the moment. You're doing a lot of improvisational stuff. I never sing the same song the same way twice. And I really love playing with the melody and, completely screwing it up. But
making it your own, you mean?
Changing it up. Yeah. But you got to be careful not to take away that message of the song, unless there are certain songs that are just kind of really more about the play and not so much about the meaning of it, I guess.
You're going to look at it differently than the average person. I mean, this is your life. This is what you do. You're the jazz singer. That's your genre. But you kind of know the story, and then when you start to sing it, you're telling the story. That's a big difference, because a lot of the audience, I know myself, I'm not you'll mention, this is a song from so-and-so, and I look and go, all right, I don't know that person either, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm full of useless information.
But I go, it's brilliant.
You'll be on my team for Trivial Pursuit next.
But the point I'm trying to make is that you make me a fan after I hear that song, because you told me the story. You don't just sing it.
And if there's a song I fall in love with, I usually want to know where it came from.
Sure.
I don't want to just, love the song and not know anything about it.
What's coming out with any new ones coming out?
I'm working on one right now. Pianist that I worked with a lot in California, Joshua White, and he's phenomenal and well known in the jazz scene. He and I are doing a duo album, just the two of us, piano and vocal. And when we worked so much, and I mean, since then we've done concerts other places, but we worked, when I was living in San Diego, we worked every Saturday night at the Westgate, and it was standing room in there every week. It's a small room, but every week it would be standing room only, and they love the two of us together. I love the two of us together. We really shared a lot of the same interests,
You're on the same page.
in and outside of music.
Chemistry.
Yeah. And I wanted to do something with him to kind of recapture what we had in San Diego like that.
So you went in studio,
Mm-hmm.
and now you've got technology.
Right.
You're not going live. How much of the technology enters in to the whole process?
To this project, not too much.
Okay.
I really didn't want to spend a lot of time with musicians sending in a certain patch, or you going back and doing your vocals, or I really wanted it to be honest and something we could capture in the moment, the two of us. So there are a couple of things I have to fix, but it's pretty much, we pretty much laid it down
Do you
together.
go behind, because I don't know, I'm a layman here. Do you go behind a big glass and use those big round things that, like I see when they
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You really
Those
do?
are spit
So-
screens.
So
There's spit screens?
yeah, he knew.
I have a spit cup.
Well, this is also considered a spit screen. I know you do, but it's very different.
Oh.
Your cup will be a lot wetter than the microphone behind the
Yeah.
spit screen.
But you really
I hope
use
so.
those big round,
Yeah.
those big round microphones behind the screen.
Yes.
There's a guy working the boards,
Right.
and,
And then the piano's in a different room,
okay,
but we have a window so we can see each other.
so you can feed off emotion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we picked songs that we both really loved. It wasn't just me calling all the shots. I really wanted it to be a
Who's
collaboration.
managing you?
Pretty much me at the moment. I do
Welcome,
have a
Twin
little
Brothers
help.
from Different Mothers' new client, Jonathan Karrant.
No, the reason I ask is because a lot of performers here in town, when you ask that question to them, they'll say the same thing. I don't have one.
Yeah, I have a little help. I'm with a management group, but I do end up doing a lot of it on my own. But I get
okay
by with a little help from my friends.
Yeah, I knew
There you
that was
go.
coming. Are you okay with that, or would life be easier?
I mean, for now it's fine,
Okay.
but hopefully I'll grow into needing,
Needing staff,
right.
his own staff, his own entourage.
So you're booking your own travel, your own lodging. You got anything coming up in New York or
I'm
other
gonna
places?
I'll be in New York in the fall. Also in the fall I'll be in Palm Springs,
Birdland.
and San Diego. No, it's not at Birdland. I think I'm going to be at a club called Catano. I think I'll be back at Birdland in the spring. I'm doing the Purple Room in Palm Springs. I'm doing Martini's of 4th in San Diego.
Is this all on your website so people want
Yes.
to follow you in their different
Yeah.
parts of the country? Because on Twin Brothers, Different Mothers, we have viewers from all over the country. We actually have gone international
Yes, we have.
with a lot of people watching the show.
Yeah.
So we want the public to know that if you've never heard of this guy, Google him, watch some of the clips, and listen to that unbelievable voice.
And
I-
you can
Go ahead. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. You can find me on my website, and there's also links on my website to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff.
Question just came in from through my chat room. Actually, the gentleman who asked the question, I'll give him props. His name is Rich Perez. He's the man that got me into this industry almost 14 years ago. So thank you for that. His question to you, Jonathan, is who was your greatest musical influence?
Ooh, I've had so many. I mean, as I started with Sinatra, then moved on to Tony Bennett, and people like Mel Torme has been a great influence. I guess probably Nancy Wilson was probably number one for me.
You've
Right on.
mentioned that in a number
Yeah.
of your shows, Nancy Wilson. Let me ask you, because Aaron goes through this segment later, which you're going to be in the hot seat with. But the one question I had, if you could perform with anyone right now, who would it be?
Probably Lady Gaga with her jazz show.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
We just put that out there, people. You know
Yeah.
anybody? Let's make
Yeah.
some connections.
Yeah, that would probably be a lot of fun. And I have friends that have seen her jazz show, and they say that it kind of reminded them of me in the sense that she really talks a lot about, where the songs come from.
Mhm.
Tells the
Or
story.
The history behind
she'll
it.
have
yeah.
an interesting story that revolves around with the song, something
Yeah.
like that. So,
Research is good. All that stuff
and I
behind
think
giving
she's
people to
pretty
feel is good.
playful and a little bit raunchy on stage. And
I'd just go to see that if you ask me.
You or Lady Gaga? What
Yeah, I
were
was
talking
gonna
about
say,
there?
please
Well, no,
clarify.
I think that's another similarity there. You know, I tend to get a little sexual.
Again, join us for a very special edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers at 12 midnight tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a little pornography.
I have a comment.
Did you just come up with that?
No,
No.
I've had that for a while.
Comment in the chat room from Joanne Laverson. You go, Jonathan Karrant. See, now I'm going to go back and forth now.
Right.
We are looking forward to the Timken Gala.
Yes, that's a phenomenal museum in San Diego, and I'm going to be there on October 27th. And I have a great band with me there too. It'll be a beautiful event.
And she's also very supportive of your duet with Lady Gaga.
All right.
You know what? Let's start a Facebook campaign. You know, get Jonathan with Lady Gaga.
Hashtag Jonathan and Gaga.
Yeah.
Jonathan
I'd
Gaga.
like her to sing "Teach Me Tonight" with me.
There you go.
Wow. Right on. No more Bradley Cooper. We're going to replace him with Jonathan Karrant. That's what we're going to do.
Touche. Hey, let's put him on a hot seat.
You want to put him on the hot
Yeah,
seat?
let's put him on a hot seat. We've had
I
fun
hate,
with this.
I hate doing this to a star like Jonathan's level.
All right.
Just remember,
Now-
it's all for show business.
All right.
Now, this is
I
gonna,
can handle it.
This is going to be tough for him because he's one who is very cerebral.
Well, two of the questions I can't even ask. We already
I
know the
know,
answers to.
I know. But you got to answer. You got to be very spontaneous.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't
good.
think about
It's a segment
All right.
called Getting to Know You.
I can dig it.
It's a segment called Getting to Know You, where I ask about a half a dozen quick fire questions. First thing that comes to mind, that's the answer we want.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who's your favorite actor?
There we go. See?
See?
Don't do that.
Just
Just
one. That's so difficult. Let's say
It could be movie or TV.
Cary
It doesn't-
Grant.
Why are we not surprised?
right. Go
All
ahead.
right, favorite actor.
I love the old.
Classics. You're a classic
Classics.
movie.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you
love
like jazz. You have to
Yeah,
like the
no, I
classic
mean,
stuff, right?
big old movie buff. Love it.
Favorite actress.
Betty Davis.
Oh, that's a good one. What is your favorite movie that when it comes on TV, you will drop everything? You must watch it, whether it's the first 10 times or 100 times.
God, just one.
All right, give me two because you're a star. I'll let you have two.
All right. One of my favorite films is All About Eve. Isn't that a great movie? Let's say the other one could maybe be Giant. I love that movie.
Giant.
Yeah.
Why do I not know that?
You know that. James Dean, Rock Hudson, Elizabeth
Oh.
Taylor.
A little before my time, but that's okay.
Well, it's way before my time. I wasn't even a thought.
Favorite song of all time.
These are no. That's
What
not.
did he say?
He said, "Teach me tonight."
Oh, teach me.
That's not my favorite. That's the people's favorite.
That's the People's Choice Award.
I don't know. That's tough too.
If it comes out, what song when it comes on your car when you're driving around town, will you just bebop in the car that everybody around you is go, what is he having a fit or something in there? No, you're just rocking out to it. What's that song that hits
Well,
you?
I'm not rocking out to it.
Well, but you know,
Probably.
he's jazzing out to
Yeah,
it.
no.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
probably something along the lines of "The Secret of Life" by James Taylor.
Okay.
That's a great
favorite.
Again, a
song.
classic
That's
style.
a great
yeah.
song.
But it
That's
has
wonderful.
a lot of depth to it, which and a lot of meaning. That's why I,
You do that in your show, don't you?
Yes, I'm going to do it Wednesday. Actually,
Excellent.
haven't done it in a while.
If money were no object, what would be the absolute ultimate vehicle you'd love to have parked in your driveway?
Probably a two-door Maserati,
Color?
black with red interior.
I was just going to say, well, black and red. Geez, where do we come up with those colors?
I have no idea.
Well said. Right on. Okay. Give me your favorite meal. What's prepared? What is it?
Sautéed spinach with a lot of lemon and olive oil, salt and pepper on it, and then probably a piece of trout with like a mustard lemon white wine sauce over it.
Did you get that, Dorothy? So
Yes,
I can give you the recipe if you'd like.
when he comes
Now
over,
available on Pinterest.
yeah, when he comes over
I
for
love
dinner, we know we're
cucumbers
going. All right.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you come over for dinner, we know what
And
to
then
make.
chocolate would be dessert. Yeah.
There you go. My wife is up in Golden, Colorado for a wedding, and she's watching and says hello to you.
Hello.
Okay, so we got meal, we got that. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, if you were not a performer like you are, this is a new one I haven't asked yet.
Yeah, I look very confused
I know.
for a
What
reason.
is he saying?
What is that?
If you were not doing what you do today, i.e. a performer, what would you like to do? What would have been your other career choice?
Probably. I probably would you know, being Greek, you know, Greeks love to. I'd probably own a restaurant or a nightclub or something
Okay,
like that.
still in that entertainment field.
Well,
With food, you're entertaining people as a restaurant owner.
I could just probably be. I think I'd be good at running a restaurant or a restaurant and bar. There'd have to be a bar in the restaurant.
Come to Karrant's for a night out.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite what is your favorite beverage of all time?
Oh, a Kettle One martini up with olives.
How come you didn't hesitate when I asked that question?
That's
like the others.
That's probably my favorite. However, in the summer, I tend to drink more vodka, and in the winter, I drink more scotch.
Is that because scotch warms you up more?
It just feels
favorite
good.
Favorite scotch?
Yeah, it's not a top shelf scotch. My favorite scotch is Dewar's.
That's really not a top shelf.
No, you know who else's favorite that is? Steve Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah, he told me.
I drink
he
Chivas
told me
Regal.
why it was my favorite one night, but I can't remember after a couple scotches what he said. Funny how that works.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Where's your favorite vacation spot?
Probably Hawaii.
Have you been there?
Yes.
What's your number one vacation spot you haven't been to that you'd like to go to someday?
Greece.
I've been there.
All right.
That's a great vacation spot too. I don't know, Marrakesh, Morocco. I've never been there.
Okay. Who's your favorite comedian of all time?
I'm trying to think of one. Joan Rivers is pretty hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she was.
Yeah.
She's not anymore.
Right.
Well, she listened to her old stuff.
But yeah.
Barbara Brighton. Never mind.
Oh, no.
I did. I said
Barbara,
it.
send your email to Neil@iDrawPeople. Anyway. Okay. Last question for you. Who's your favorite?
Carol Burnett was pretty hysterical.
Carol
too.
Burnett was good.
I loved watching the reruns of that with my grandparents.
Hey, what do you think of this idea? You brought up Carol Burnett. Of course, we're friends with Clint and Kelly, right?
Mhm.
Clint Holmes.
Yeah, and she loves loves Carol Burnett.
Right. My opinion, they should do a Steve Lawrence, Edie Gourmet together gig. Because she's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, and she's just now starting to get back into the funniness with the show over at Alexis.
Right.
But I think Clint's brilliance of interpreting a song and she's a very good singer and a very funny person. I think they could reenact Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. What do you think?
So how did that call come around with Cal Burnett? How did you start off with that and bring that around?
I don't know.
I was just curious.
You know
When you
how
were
I
driving the car too.
Yeah, you know how I do things. It's random thoughts pop into my head all the time.
Just wondering.
That's why I don't sleep.
I was just
I
wondering.
can't shut down.
Because Steve Lawrence used to appear on the Cal Burnett show all the time.
That's where I got
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Then. All
okay.
right, I'll buy that.
Yeah, I knew he did that because that's how I knew who he was as a child. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was first introduced to him growing up with that. I even sit and
Yeah.
watch the Cal Burnett advertisement for the hour where they try to sell her old shows on the DVDs and stuff on TV. I
Yeah.
just watched that for the
They
old
do
stuff.
that with the Dean Martin show.
Yeah,
too,
exactly. The old
Yeah.
roasts.
Yeah.
Which were fun.
Problem is, he watched it as a child. We were seniors already.
I know.
I
that's
watched
true.
the
Well, you were a little.
reruns
Oh, the
as a child.
reruns. You didn't get the first airings. Carol Nording says "Secret of Life" is my favorite. I don't remember what question that was answering. But
Yeah,
thank
it's
you,
a
Carol.
song.
Oh, there you
James
go.
Taylor's
Favorite song. There
Yeah,
you go.
It's a great one.
Okay, last one for you, and then I'll get you off the hot seat in our Getting to Know You segment. What is your favorite all-time #1 podcast that you've been a guest on? Go.
Well, it's this one, of course.
There you go. That's
Band
all.
Brothers.
No follow-up is needed. That's it. That's what you call a fastball down the middle. You're off the hot seat.
All
That
right.
we call that segment Getting
Yeah.
to Know You.
Now I'll put you guys on the hot seat.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great!
I didn't-
This has never happened. Should
I
be
didn't
good.
study.
What's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink?
Yeah.
Right here.
Water?
Yep, that's all I can drink.
All right. I like water.
Same thing. I drink water.
Water.
I don't drink, but on occasion, celebratory events, Chev is Regal on the rocks.
All right. All right.
I've never been a drinker.
All right. And who's your favorite jazz singer?
Jonathan Karrant or Karrant, depending upon the part of the country you come from.
There you go. I gave you a taste of your
There you go.
medicine.
That was well done.
But I didn't hesitate. You still haven't answered.
no,
Did
no.
you notice? He
Hello,
hasn't answered
hello
yet.
over there.
Okay.
You know what?
And his mic is on.
I'm glad you answered quickly because the first thing that came in my mind was Neil Diamond.
Oh, no.
No, because of jazz,
Jazz singer.
Right? That's the first thing that popped in my
Can you
head.
sing
Neil
Cole-
Diamond.
Can you sing
Are
Cole
you
Nidre?
stoned?
Are you
No, I probably should be though.
Can you sing Cole Nidre like Neil Diamond? That's when we were talking. Well, he used the word jazz singer earlier.
I like
in our
Neil
interview.
Young's songwriting. I'm not too familiar with Neil Neil Diamond stuff. What was it?
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline. Yeah, I can't stand that song. So
It's a great stadium song.
yeah,
I will say that.
yeah, it's
Fenway
it's
Park,
fine.
8th inning.
Okay, how about this? Number one all-time not favorite song. What's your least favorite song out there?
Oh,
I can tell you mine. I
that's a
know
good
that.
question because if it's my least favorite, I wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah. Oh, mine I have to listen to in every grocery store or gas station I ever go to. Hotel California is my least
Really?
favorite
Why?
song.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I just can't stand it. Yeah, I don't know
Because you've
why.
heard it so much. Or?
I don't like that guitar riff. I just don't like anything
Okay.
about it.
I can give you a singer I don't like.
Okay.
Boy George.
All right.
It's just, you know, I don't know.
I
just
couldn't
never
name
could
one
get
of
into it.
his songs.
Come a Chameleon.
Oh, that was him.
That was him.
Come.
That was him. I'm going to turn your mic off now if you
All
keep
right.
singing that song.
See, I love James Taylor. I'm a big
Oh, yeah?
JT
Oh, yeah.
fan. I'm a huge.
Yeah.
I've seen
And
the
his
Tanglewood.
songwriting is just
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But he's a little whacked. You know, he's been in a mental institution. He went, way back early.
Is that where you met him?
No.
They were roommates.
Boy, you are on a roll. Would you like some butter with the roll you're on? It's
Jonathan
great.
just escalated so many more points in my book right now.
God. I've seen him at Tanglewood. I saw him at Great Woods in Massachusetts.
Wasn't he married to Carly Simon, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
And they still do some things together?
No.
Oh,
An alimony check or something. That's all they
That's
do
about
together.
it.
well, who did they?
Is that?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
Carol King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all did a big concert with Barbara Streisand, like and it's a live album.
Isn't today or yesterday the something anniversary of Woodstock?
I think it was yesterday. And as a
Yeah.
matter of fact, it's funny you say that because before we went on the air, Evan Davis
Yeah.
sent me you had to,
Yeah,
he's
gonna
doing a
be
Woodstock
his,
thing.
Woodstock thing tomorrow.
Yes.
Right.
At the
What,
library, isn't
2
it?
o'clock?
Library, 2 o'clock. I believe. Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
be there. We'll be there.
Yeah.
I will be hosting my event tomorrow from 1 to 5. So I won't.
And then
At
we're
the,
going
at
to
the
see-
library on Flamingo.
Yeah, not the one on Boulder Highway.
Yeah. He's got some great guests performing in it. Yeah, Chadwick's one of the performers. There's a Janis Joplin girl.
Yeah. I've seen her perform here.
By the way, Chadwick
Yeah.
will be a guest on this show in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have Chadwick on later next
be
month.
Probably plugging his new album.
That's
right?
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine with us.
Yeah.
As long as we get royalties for allowing you to plug stuff, I don't care.
Album.
He laughs.
CD. I'm still
serious.
calling them
I
album.
call it an album.
I call it an
Yeah.
album.
Because most people download it. So what would you call that if you download an album?
Well, one of the
Right.
arguments I have in the art industry is, I'm old, so I still draw. I don't do things on a computer with software. So the argument's always been somebody would create this beautiful graphic design on the computer and I'll do an illustration. And I'll hold up the illustration and say, here's my original drawing. Show me your original design. Well, I have a file. No. Show me the original. Well, I have a file. That's not an original. You can press a button and change the whole look of what you designed. I got to redraw the whole thing.
I get that. Yeah. I recorded that song Doodlin'. One reason I recorded it is because I do like to doodle quite a bit. And I prefer playing on paper or, with paint. But I did download an app recently
What's
called Procreate.
Okay.
And it's kind of fun to doodle on. I don't know what I would do with.
We are talking about drawing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Doodling. No,
Well,
it's.
you know, it's
Procreate.
Procreate,
I
that's-
did the same
Oh
thing.
no!
But I didn't voice my YouTube.
Oh, I
came
get
right
that.
out.
Procreate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just
It
had
means like a pro.
I
not
just
like
had-
a pro.
I got you.
All right,
Professional
yeah.
creator.
my
Gotcha.
new tattoo added to it.
But I guess doodling could kind of sound nasty. I like to doodle on.
no,
Procreate.
I doodle all
Yeah,
the time.
maybe that sounds kind of gross.
No, it really doesn't because I use it all the time and no one's ever come up to me and say that sounds kind of gross. But I just had the new tattoo finished.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's Boston.
Did you do that yourself?
No, I didn't do it. I designed it.
You didn't
I did-
just.
No,
But-
it's kind of tough. It's like him with a rotator thing. You
Yeah.
can't do, you turn and all that
Well, I
stuff.
don't think you could probably inflict pain on yourself like that.
I do it on a daily
Oh, you
basis.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's the Boston skyline. So from Boston to Vegas,
Yeah.
and
And you're looking more at Boston, and I'm looking at
at Vegas.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I inflicted pain.
That's a Hannah tattoo. It'll be gone in a week.
No,
anyway,
it's real.
No, just-
But the crazy thing, because again, this is my motto: one moment in time changes everything.
Is that marker?
yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because the typeface, you know what it's called?
What?
Marker.
Oh, okay.
Is
Well,
that
perfect.
unbelievable?
Yeah, that's perfect for
Because
you.
one guy in a club, he saw me like 4 days after I had it done. He says, "Can I take some water that'll wash off?" Right? You did that. I said, no, that's permanent.
Do you like that song? Give me one moment in time. Who sang that?
I don't know, but that was
Was that
brilliant.
Celine? One moment in
it wasn't-
time,
it wasn't Celine. Who was that?
oh, I could see her. Whitney Houston, maybe? Was it Whitney
It
Houston?
could be Whitney, yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been Whitney.
Yeah.
From
I
West
feel
Orange,
like it
New
was-
Jersey, my home area.
Is that where she's from?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, West Orange, New Jersey. She's up in that area.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Hey, how's our time doing there, boss?
We're just about time to wrap up. I mean, things are going so well. I almost don't want to stop.
I know it's you know what, we do this every week and we get to the point we start looking at our watches going, we're done. We're done. How did that happen?
Did I get it right? Did I get it
Whitney
right?
Houston. All right.
Whitney Houston.
One moment in time.
It just goes so quickly.
Yeah, it does.
Because we're having a good time.
One of the
Okay.
best national anthem renditions that I've ever heard was Whitney
Oh,
Houston
yeah.
in
Oh
86.
yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
great on
Yeah.
YouTube. You
That
can
was,
find
Yeah.
oh, it's tremendous. All right, so we are wrapping up.
You
Want
know
to
what I
thank
have
everybody
to say,
out
though?
there.
Gladys
Yes.
Knight did a great job this past.
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
Yes, she did.
She
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
Yes. There was, the thing
Have you
about
ever
the
seen
Super.
her live? She's phenomenal.
No, I've
Yeah.
not. Well, the Pips weren't with her though. She was pipped out, right?
When I saw her
No, that's not
here in
right.
town,
I'm just
Pips were
asking.
with her.
Pipped out.
Well, she didn't have any Pips with her, right?
Oh.
It was just Gladys Knight. You don't remember the Pips, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Phew. I was just worried I dated myself again.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, he saw it on
Again, I
rerun.
saw the rerun.
Right.
Tony Smith says, great martini and great podcast.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you to everybody who's chimed in
Cheers,
the chat
everyone.
room, both on the watch party and in chat. As a reminder that as soon as we end this podcast, this video will be immediately available on Neil's page as a podcast. So you can go back and rewatch it within 48 hours. The audio and our YouTube channel will have this up as a podcast, and look for links to show up for those said links. How many times can I say links in a sentence? So
Three times.
obviously, obviously. Thank you, sir. It's been fun. It's been
No,
a
thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you both for
very
having me.
much.
You know,
How about a hand for
I always
Jonathan,
love
folks?
coming down here to the
Hand for Jonathan.
studio.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's not even it's not even
Thank you,
canned
thank you.
applause. It's not even canned applause. It's real applause.
That's
we
real
have.
I hope to
applause, yeah.
see you all on if you're in Vegas on Wednesday night
Absolutely.
Let's pack the room for Jonathan. Let's
and
pack it.
Thursday
And
at
Thursday.
Tuscany.
And Thursday at Tuscany.
Yeah, yeah,
And Joyce is chiming in. What else? Joyce, would you like a microphone or no?
yeah. Thursday.
Anything we
at
forgot?
Tuscany.
Okay. Yeah, so we're good. So any closing comments, sir?
No, I just love when we have friends on
Yeah.
who are performers here in town. We love Las Vegas. We love the entertainers. We love the people and the friends that we have made here in town. They've been true friends. And when we have you over for dinner at our house, Dorothy and I, we know exactly what to make.
That's
All right.
right. And if you forget, just go back to the podcast and watch.
Yeah.
Next Saturday, our guest will be Louise Carruth. She's the tea maven in town, and she's got a subject called Secrets of Tea. And it's not like she's talked about the past of different kinds. We're going to go in depth about the value and quality of why tea is good, what's bad, what to watch out for, and things like that. So be sure to tune in next week. I will be on camera with the sling next week, which will be fun to get everything set up. But hey, we'll have fun with it.
I'll set it up.
Okay.
It may be a
Well,
little
good luck
backwards,
with
but we'll
that.
set it up.
What's that?
Good luck with that.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, that'll be Thursday morning. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please reshare the links. Please reshare this Facebook page. Thank you for watching, everybody, from all of us here at Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, live from Portnoy Gallery in Las Vegas. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Now we are.